What's up, you guys? It's your girl Angela with The Aspiring Boss. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is for all you guys out there who are going to be taking the bar exam. I previously did a video that gave some tips for bar prep that were centered around study tips, you know? I thought it was important to do another video about non-studying related things for the most part. There's also some practical things that you guys need to know about the bar exam that don't necessarily have to do with, you know, studying for the bar exam or preparing for the bar exam in that way as far as content and material, okay? So they're really quick tips. I'm just gonna go through these really quickly. They might seem like common sense, but honestly, sometimes these are things that you just aren't thinking about. So let's jump right in, because I know y'all don't have a lot of time to be watching YouTube because you're studying for the bar. So, first tip, book a hotel near the bar exam. So if you guys watched my videos before, you know I've taken 2 bar exams. So the first bar exam that I took was in Houston, Texas, and I lived in Houston, but I still booked a hotel right by the bar exam center, okay? I didn't want any traffic or accidents or anything to come up that would deter me from taking that bar exam. So in order to calm your nerves and to be able to fully just focus on the bar exam, I suggest that you get a hotel near the bar exam. Or if you're lucky like I was when I took the bar exam here in Missouri, the bar exam was actually hosted in a convention center at the hotel. So I just booked the hotel where the bar exam was hosted, and that was amazing, you guys. It took so much pressure off of anything that had to do with logistics. It took so much pressure off of it. And I would suggest that you book the hotel for the day before the bar exam and check in as early as you can so you can just get settled and prepared for that first day of testing. So my next tip is to know your plan for your meals, okay? Like I said, in Houston, I booked a hotel near the place where I was taking the bar exam. So I had my lunch ready to go, left it in the car. It was ready for me to eat at lunchtime. In Missouri, like I said, I stayed at the hotel in which the bar exam was being administered, so I had my lunch ready upstairs. The night of the exam, I knew exactly what I was gonna eat and was ready to go. So just have your meals planned so you don't have to worry about those types of things, okay? Your focus needs to be on the exam and taking the exam, and you don't need anything stressing you out more than the bar exam already does, okay? The next tip is make sure you test out your bar exam software on your computer well before, you know, it's time to take that test. You guys do not want to run into any IT issues or anything like that. You will literally freak out and it will be a disaster. I've seen it happen. So go ahead and test that exam software. Make sure everything is good with your computer. Make sure you have your charger. Make sure all that technology related stuff is in order, okay? The next tip is important. Honestly, I think I could do a separate video on it, but I'm just gonna touch on it here. And if you guys wanted me to go in more detail, just let me know on Instagram or in the comments and I will make a full video on it. But the day before the bar exam, I would not spend the day before the bar exam just studying and cramming in a bunch of information. Honestly, I think you should focus on relaxing, having a good meal, and having a good night's rest, you guys. If you haven't learned it the day before the bar exam, you're not gonna learn it, you guys. One day is not gonna make or break whether you pass that exam. And so I would just suggest taking that day easy, letting your brain rest, and really just preparing yourself to take the most important test of your life, okay? My next tip is to pay attention to the prohibited items list that is provided by the bar examiners in your state. You don't want any reason to have to go back to your car or go back to your hotel or your house or whatever because you brought something in the test room that you can't have or have to throw away something. So really pay attention to the do's and the don'ts on that list that the bar examiners will provide you, because you don't want any distractions or anything stressing you out, okay? All right, the next tip is to bring pre-sharpened pencils with you, you guys. For the MBE, you're going to have to use a number 2 pencil. Bar exam room will have pencil sharpeners and things like that, but again, you don't want to have to get up and go sharpen your pencil and just get distracted and get out of the zone. I know for me, I don't even like going to the bathroom. I just like to be in my zone when it comes to testing. I want every minute that I need to take that test, you guys. So bring a bunch of pre-sharpened pencils with you, okay? All right, the next thing is bring a watch for time. The proctor will call time, I think, like when you have 30 minutes or so left or something like that, but you don't want to rely on the proctor, and you don't want to rely on there being a clock inside the testing room. There should be, but in the event that there isn't, you just don't want to be there without a watch. So bring a watch so you can keep track of your time for your testing on your own, because as we all know, the bar exam is a time test, and if you don't do well under pressure, not knowing what the time is could be a huge distraction. So go ahead and bring your own watch so you don't have to worry about any of that. All right, so the next one is huge for me. Bring earplugs, you guys. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine taking that exam without earplugs. People are coughing, sneezing, getting up, going to the bathroom, shifting, taking jackets off. And you just don't want those distractions, you guys. Like I said before, when I'm testing, I'm in my zone, okay? And those earplugs allow me to be in my zone. And honestly, if you don't like earplugs, if they make you uncomfortable, maybe start doing your practice exams with them now so you can kind of get used to them and be ready to go on test day. Okay, so my next tip is to bring a jacket or sweater, you guys. Oh my God. I'm the type of person who is always cold, you guys. Even in the summer, I'll travel around with a sweater because I know as soon as I go inside somewhere, I'm gonna need a jacket because I'm gonna be cold. But you guys, I'm not even exaggerating. Even for a person who's not always cold, those test rooms can get really, really cold, and you do not want to be uncomfortable when you are taking those exams because you don't want to be distracted. So bring a jacket just in case. And I would bring like a zip up rather than a pullover because you just want it to be as easy as possible. So bring a zip up jacket or, you know, a sweater that you don't have to put over your head. The next tip is do not forget to upload your exam immediately after you leave the test and are able to connect to Wi-Fi. So if you take the exam on your computer, you're gonna have to upload your test via the exam software that you use. I think for me, it was called like a soft test or something like that, but you have to have Wi-Fi in order to upload. So you can't upload there. So a lot of people under, you know, after the excitement of just finishing an exam, or if it's day one, you wanna go study or something like that, it has happened where people have forgotten to upload their exams. So what I did was I set a reminder before the exam even started to upload my test on my phone. So I got an alarm to upload my exam. So I think that's a good idea. But yes, do not forget to upload that exam, you guys, because then all your work will be for nothing. The bar examiner set a time by where you have to upload that exam. So I would accept like maybe 3 reminders just so you can make sure you get it done because it's so important. Okay, this one is a big one, and honestly this has been my rule since law school, you guys. I have a story from law school that like really scarred me on this one, which I'll tell you guys in another video. But don't talk to people at lunch or after the bar exam about what questions you saw and what you thought and what you put, especially for like essays and things like that, because it's crazy the range of answers that you can come up with for one test question. And literally if you hear somebody say that they spotted, you know, certain issues and rules of law that you didn't, you will literally drive yourself insane, you guys. You don't want to do that. You guys, do not talk to people. Just keep those earplugs on if you need to. That's what I did. Do not talk to people because it will literally just stress you out and make you second guess your answers. And it's just such an ugly feeling. Don't even do it. Don't even go there. Okay, my next tip is be okay with moving on to a question that you feel like you don't know, okay? I feel like the worst thing you can do is harp on a question that you don't know, especially on the MBE. So what I do is I just answer the question, you know, so there's something there, so I have something bubbled in, and then I move on. But before I move on, I put a circle there so that if I have time to come back, then I can come back to that question and think about it. But I will not harp on a question that I don't know the answer to for a time test, because you just don't want to lose your momentum and you don't want to just focus on that too much, and then now your mind is just on this question that you got wrong, and then it messes up your focus for the rest of the exam. You don't want to do that. So move on, circle it, and come back to it if you have time. So on lunchtime at day 1, I don't think it's a bad idea to go look at your notes really quick when it comes to the essays, because you'll know from the morning session what topics weren't on that first session, and then so you'll be able to narrow down what topics might be on that next session. So if you have like a quick short 1-page outline on a certain topic, I don't think it's a bad idea to take a look, you know, and just maybe refresh your mind about something really quickly. I know I did that. So although I told you guys not to study, you know, all day the day before, I don't think it's a bad idea to, you know, take a quick look at those essay questions that you know weren't on the first half of essay day. That way you can go into the second half of essay day with, you know, a quick refresher. Okay, my next tip is for the night after the first day. You guys are gonna want to do some studying, because obviously the second day is the MBE, which is, in my opinion, the harder portion of the test. But don't stay up all night, you guys. I would take that same advice that I said for the day before the bar exam. You want to get a good night's rest, a good meal, and try to relax as much as possible. You put the work in, you're here now, and you can do it. But I understand that it's super hard not to study at all. I couldn't even do that either. Like, I studied a little bit, but I didn't stay up all night. I went to bed. So You can study a little bit, but don't go too crazy, and make sure you get a good night's rest and a good meal. My last tip is after the bar exam, go have a drink and have a good dinner, okay? Get some rest and focus on moving forward with your life, okay? You have months, especially in Texas. You take the bar exam in July and you literally don't find out until November whether you pass. You cannot spend those months worrying and stressing about whether you passed or not. I remember myself, I would get little, like, you know, life would be great, and then all of a sudden I remember I took the bar exam and I don't know if I passed or not, and then I'd, like, you know, freak out, like but you guys, like, there's nothing you can do about it. You took it. Rest on the fact that, you know, you put the work in, and honestly focus on moving on with your life and preparing for your post-bar, post-law school life, you guys. Like I said, results don't come out for months and you can't worry the whole time, so just focus on prepping for your new life as a lawyer, you guys, because I believe that each and every one of you care so much that you're watching videos like this. You'll pass for sure, and if for some reason that you don't, you can take it again. So those are all the tips that I have as far as, you know, preparing for the day before or the day of the bar exam. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can DM me on Instagram at _theaspiringboss. If you have video ideas that you want me to do, please let me know. I'm open, I'm all ears. I created this channel to be a resource, so any way I can be, I'm happy to be. If you found this video helpful, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you have not subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe to your girl, because I am on the road to 750 subscribers, okay? Good luck on that bar exam, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.